Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all the core gamers out there. CAJ Man 777 here, welcoming you to episode 42? 42. Was it 42? 40? No, it's episode 43. Episode 43 of Monster Hunter Double Cross today. In the last episode, we hunted down 3 of the weakest high-rank monsters you will ever see, and all of them kind of died within a minute if they weren't, you know, being butts. But they decided to be butts, and they lasted a little longer than a minute, all 3 of them. Catch-a-Watcha obviously was the hardest one from the last episode, but after we defeated those 3 monsters, we got an urgent quest from the captain of the Sanatorium telling us that there's a Brawl on the loose and her friend is in trouble. So, what we're going to go do for this episode? Obviously, hunt a Brawl. As you can see, I have the quest already above my head. Before that, though, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our donators over there on Patreon. Valentine Blaze, MickeyPhorGens, MaddiLeigh, Thomas, Liotos, and Color Craze for their continued support to the channel. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get right into the Brawl hunt. And for this quest, I have decided to bring Valor Style Longsword with Unhinged Spirit 3 as my hunting art. So we are going to get some really good, really good action coming in to this hunt here. As we are also hunting in the OG Desert from one of the very first Monster Hunter games as well. I personally don't like this desert. I really wish they brought back the desert from Monster Hunter 3, and you'll see why the moment I pick up this map. Notice how disconnected everything is from each other, and all the desert areas are not as connected to each other like other deserts, such as in Monster Hunter 3. But that is okay, though, because we can just hunt the Baroth down. Hopefully, we'll find him decently fast. I have no idea where he spawns. So, you know, there's that. So, I'm hopefully going to take a good guess here that he's going to be maybe down here in Area 4. But we're gonna see. He's not in Area 4. My theory was debunked instantaneously. Where does he spawn? I have no idea. See if we can find him quick. Now, the reason I brought an ice weapon to this hunt is because Baroth is indeed weak to ice. That is his primary weakness in this game. In fact, it is his only weakness in this game. On top of that, it used to be he used to be weak to water when covered in mud, and he used to be weak to fire when not covered in mud, but they've completely changed that for this game, and he is only straight up weak to ice. Now, the mud still will take extra damage from the water. However, it's not as important as it used to be, and he is not anywhere I thought he was going to be. He's not even in the cave. Is he in 7? Please tell me he's in 7. Bruh! What? Okay. You know, I'm walking around looking for one monster just to hit him up with this sword, and he doesn't want to show up. I'm slightly upset. Very slightly. Okay. I have no idea where it is. This is why I don't like this desert map, though. Because I don't remember much from this desert map in Monster Hunter 1. I'm sorry, not... Yeah, no, it should have been Monster Hunter 1. I don't remember much of this desert at all. And I don't like the layout. And I don't like how big the areas are. It takes literally about 30 seconds just to cross one area as I'm still looking for the Baroth. There he is! Decide to come grace me in Area 5. Fantastic. Finally decided it's time for a fight. But as you can see, Baroth, it's a giant mud monster. And it's going to be a very interesting fight against Broth, because not only do you have to break the mud off of him, but on top of breaking the mud off of him, you also have to break the part. So it's actually technically a double break for all of his parts, and he can roll back around in the mud as well. Breakable parts on the Broth will include his head, legs, cut off his tail, which I will attempt to do for you guys in this episode, but I do not think I'm going to, seeing this is technically a G rank weapon that I am holding right now. Hit me. He hit me. It did a lot of damage, but not as much as it could have did. So we're going to get that started right away. Now, you may notice that we are hearing a little bit of a different theme here as well. This is the OG desert theme, and I think it's actually really cool. So I'm actually going to give you guys a chance to listen to it. So here you go. So that's the desert theme. I hope you guys enjoyed that little clip. Oh boy. Was not prepared for his roar. That's okay. He should hit me. But he's not going to hit me. He hit me anyway. I did not press the counter button. I did not press the counter button again. Are you going to do it 3 times? No? Okay. Oh, okay. He's just going to... Okay. What are you going to do? No! Bad Baroth! I want your tail. I want your tail. Oh, also, I forgot to mention the breakable parts on Baroth. Another breakable part is going to be his back. Now, in terms of Baroth's attack style, as he limps away already, less than 2 minutes into the hunt, essentially, and he already's limping away after I found him. Baroth's attack style, a lot of it revolves around charging and hip checking. A lot of the Brute Wyverns, with the exception of Brachidios, have this effect in their attacks where they use their charge moves. They'd rather rely on their tail swipes, their hip checks, moves like that to do the damage. As you can see, he's kind of like a T-Rex in a way where he has stubby little arms. So Brute Wyverns obviously can't do anything with their arms. Now Baroth can indeed inflict Mud Blight on you, but because I broke everything, every piece of the mud off Baroth already, he actually cannot inflict me with the mud status, and he's dead. Okay. He died a lot faster than I wanted to. And there's not a lot there's not a lot much more I could say about Baroth there, other than his Mud Blight just affects you like a snowman, where if you just shake the stick and press A, you'll break out of it really quickly. Now, I tried to cut off the tail, but as you can see, I mean, the tail is still here. Unfortunately, I could not cut off the tail this hunt, but that is okay. But we got the hunt done. So now when we get back to the Sanatorium, we should see a little bit of text. Also, I love this Valor Slash. It's really cool. Also looks really good in my armor, just saying. This armor, rainbow pigment, looks amazing. Quest complete. So we're gonna get some Baroth things, which I will take because I don't have any Baroth parts. Well, I barely have any, so I'm gonna take all the Baroth parts I can get my hands on. Yeah, I'll take the raw meat. Was that a gold? Was that Crown Baroth in any way? It was. But it was a longer Baroth. My cat is also now level 45, but we're not gonna save. That was not a Crown Baroth, which I am a little disappointed at. I was hoping for a crown. Of course, now. Hunter, welcome back. Great news, the White Academy just approved of the Operation Power Up the Sanatorium to chase down the Valstrax, and I didn't even have to change the name! Apparently, the Burner Chief put in a good word with the higher-ups for us, so it's all thanks to you for stellar handling of that Chief's quest. I'm so grateful. Thanks so much. Anyway, now that we're focused on powering up the ship, we actually need to figure out how to do it. Which sounds straightforward, but I'm a researcher, not an airship engineer. Same for everyone else here. But I won't let that stop us. While we're figuring it out, please continue taking quests to keep us going. And I love the bow. The bow is, you know, it's super neat. It was super nice. What am I supposed to do now? Besides do more quests, I mean, I guess that's the game of Monster Hunter. Game doesn't really tell me what to do in terms of direction. Ew, we have someone with a red text bubble. Who is that? Oh, it's her. Looking pretty chirpy today. Feel like you can take on the world while you're in luck. Got a ton of new quests in store. Alright, let's see what we've got. We got Harvester Desert, Primal Frontier, March of the Genprey, On Borrowed Time, Husk Hunter, a very dubious idea, Poison for Action, Spit It Out, You de Congolala. I have, honestly, no idea what quest I'm supposed to do next. I actually think it's this Tetsukabra quest, not the request Tetsukabra. So I'm actually gonna have to end up doing that one off camera because I've already technically done it. We've already technically hunted Tetsukabra very early on in this series as well. But of course, that is all the time I have for this episode today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Monster Hunter Double Cross. And in the next episode, we're going to be hunting a monster that you guys have not seen yet. Now, I don't know what monster that's going to be, but we'll get there when the time comes. So until then, this is CAJ Man 777 signing off. Stay safe, everybody.